You have one new message. Translating. Disney and Pixar's Hoppers is now available on Disney+.
You could say that again.
Critics are calling it Pixar's funniest movie ever and a wildly entertaining ride. Blizzard Potato. It's certified fresh and verified hot.
Now we party.
This is incredible!
Wow, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Disney and Pixar's Hoppers, now available on Disney+. Rated PG.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The empty seat. Who is actually just that, an empty chair in your office because you couldn't find someone to fill it. So it just sat there costing you money with all its fancy ergonomic features. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can make it easy to fill that seat with the right candidate, with nearly 60% of businesses finding someone to interview in the first week alone. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Warren Santos.
What did you write?
I signed the bottom. Yeah.
What did you write?
This is the plaintiff, Stephen Mager. He says he has an advertising business and has a program called Menu Ad. Businesses place ads on restaurant menus, which are distributed with takeout orders. He and the defendant, a laundromat owner, entered an agreement, and now the dirty guy's turning around and soaking him by not paying up. The defendant's a catch-me-if-you-can type of guy. Well, he's caught him here in court and is suing for the $3,270 he's owed. This is the defendant, Warren Santos. He says he agreed to do a $400 ad with the plaintiff, provided he was the only dry cleaner, and he was assured he would be. He comes to find out the plaintiff put one of his biggest competitors on the same ad as his. And that's when he told him he would no longer do any business with him. It's like Hatfield and McCoy Bronx style with his competitor, and he owes the plaintiff zilch. He's accused of flying off the handle.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Stephen Mager and Tabletop Advertising is suing Warren Santos and Wholesale Cleaning Outlets and Cleaning King, a.k.a. Dry Cleaning Outlet 1. Right? Did I get it right? For $3,270 over a $400 advertising deal, most of which is you're suing him for your time spent to sue him. Okay. Tell me what happened.
My company does a product called Menu Ads, and what we do is we put local advertisers, their ads on the local menus that are delivered, into their homes. And in that way, the advertising message is delivered into the homes.
Right. Okay, can I see it? Okay.
That's a sample of one that was done in Rockland.
So go on.
Okay. I called on the defendant on Friday the 17th or Saturday the 18th, and he had expressed interest in the program. And what I'll often do is, on a spec basis, I will have my graphics guy do a proof of what his ad would look like. So, because often if they see what the ad will look like, it will induce them to sign. Exactly.
Yeah.
And on Monday, the 20th, I brought him back the ad proof that was done. And, he liked it. And he basically agreed to participate in the program on the 20th. In fact, he gave me some revisions that he wanted to have done with respect to the ad. Normally, I take a 50% deposit, and on the proof being final approved, I collect the balance.
Why didn't you do that in this case?
Well, he told me that he had applied for a bank loan in order to do advertising.
So why don't you wait until he has his money to do the advertising?
Well, I didn't know.
You didn't just nod, did you? Hold very still, my friend. Go ahead.
I didn't know, what his timing process really was.
Then don't make the sale.
Well, I didn't finish the sale.
Well,
All I
no,
had-
you
all
did-
I- all I
according to
had-
your lawsuit, you did. You sent it for graphics, and you did, and then he didn't end up paying anything.
Well,
If your policy is to take up the money up front, why did you make an exception in this case?
well, he wasn't prepared to commit to the agreement.
I'm just asking you why you, as a businessman, would go ahead and start work on something when the guy can't pony up half the dough, and
Well,
half the dough's $200.
I understand that.
Right? Like, what are the odds you're going to see your $400? Like, doesn't that
Well,
raise a red flag for you?
Not quite yet.
Does it now?
Certainly.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and start work on it.
The first ad proof was done.
Right.
And he liked it, and he gave me the revisions that he wanted made to the ad. And I brought it back to him, and he liked the proof, and there was no more problems with the proof. He said to me that I should come back a week later when he would sign the contract and pay the $400 in cash.
So you did all the work before getting a penny or
Exactly.
a signed contract.
I had a verbal.
You didn't have a verbal. You didn't have anything. You persuaded him with the beautiful graphic. Bottom line, though, is he does sign a contract, right?
Yes.
Let me see the contract. Okay. Agreement is non-cancelable by advertiser. Advertiser agrees he has a complete understanding of the agreement, is an authorized signer, and accepts full responsibility for the terms contained herein. So he will only be advertised on the menu for Crosby's Pizza?
That's the,
And where does it say how many you're going to print? Like, if I pay you $400 for you to print 5 of them, that would stink. But if I pay you $400 for you to print 1,000 of the menus, that'd be awesome. Where does it say how many he's buying?
on the media kit that he was shown a copy of and given,
Why isn't it just in the contract?
because
It's better for you if you don't commit?
No.
Why would you sign a contract without insisting that how many copies be there? This still doesn't say the answer to my question.
Each restaurant is printed 10,000 copies.
Is that here?
No,
Is that here?
no.
Why would you sign a contract where you don't know how many they're going to print? So you have no idea if it's worth $400.
Your Honor, I didn't realize I was signing a contract. I
Oh,
thought
I'm sorry. What's your name?
Warren Santos.
What did you write?
I signed the bottom. Yeah.
What did you write? Wally Santos.
Wally Santos.
What did you write it on?
I thought I was signing a receipt that I was giving him money.
A receipt that says all agreements are to be contained in writing. It's non-cancelable. Seriously, because here's what's happening right now, and this is really, really troubling to me. You are underestimating my intelligence, and I hate when that happens. Have you ever watched The People's Court?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't.
Okay. You're a businessman who's going to stand here, look me in the eye, and say, I didn't realize I was signing a contract.
Can I just tell you what was going on when he gave me that to sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you caught your wife with another man at that very second, there's not a lot you're going to say that's going to make me think that you are either intensely stupid or you think I am. Those are the only two options. Pick one.
I don't think that you're stupid, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
go ahead. So pick one. Go ahead.
Okay. When I met Stephen, I told him I would put an ad in under two circumstances. One, I was waiting on a loan, okay? That was a small business loan from the Bronx Economic Development Council that I just got last night. I was waiting on that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And the second was I wanted to be the only cleaners in that ad.
Show me where that is in the contract.
Okay, it's not in there.
Oh, okay. And did you agree with him that he would be the only cleaners in the ad?
Yes.
You did? Okay, well, that's lucky for you, isn't it? Because it's not in your contract. See, gentlemen, what you should put in your contract is, wait a minute, let's think. The contract! That's what should be in the contract. Such as how many copies are the minimum guaranteed. Such as that I'll be the only cleaners. That's the point of the piece of paper, folks. Okay, so go on.
Okay. He came back at a time when I was getting a delivery, all right, when there was chaos
Which
going.
was now how much later after you signed the contract?
The date on there says the 20th.
So he tells you that you'll be the only cleaner.
I'd be the only cleaners. I'd be the only cleaner in there. All right, and so I was receptive, but I also told him I was waiting on the money. Okay, so he comes the following week because what he did was when he gave me the first proof, all he did was he took one of my postcards, he lasered it, okay, and stuck it on and said, oh, here, I did a proof for you. All it really was is a postcard that I have. Okay, those wasn't graphics. All he did was he scanned it and he put it on here, and I said, you have to change the price because it's going to be a lower price. Then he came back the following week with the revised one. When he came in, I was getting delivery at that time, all right? And the person that, I am a drop store dry cleaners. I don't do the cleaning on the premises. The person that cleans the clothes is related to me, and what happened was he's crazy, but he does fantastic work, all right? So.
Why did you have to say that and get in trouble with your family?
Okay, no,
Like-
but he does fantastic work. But I deal with him because his work is really impeccable.
Oh
So
my
what
gosh,
happened-
why are you telling me all this?
Okay, because there was
you're trying to
chaos-
explain how
no.
stressed and chaotic it was?
It was very chaotic,
And then
very
what
chaotic.
what bad thing did you do that you're trying to justify before telling me? What was it you did?
Okay,
That was,
all right. He would, money, he was just like pecking at me like a woodpecker.
wait, hold on.
Okay.
If I give you my clothes to dry clean and I walk over, all right, and then I want my clothes, don't you say money? How do you eat if you don't? Right? Okay,
Correct.
so go
Okay.
on.
So I gave him a check, all right? He emailed me a couple of days later that the check I gave him from, Your Honor, was a closed account.
Closed? Why are you writing checks from a closed
Okay.
account?
We just moved into that location. I had chaos, papers all over the place, all right? I actually was right next to my other checkbook. So
that's what you're saying. But
Yes.
somebody, a suspicious kind of person, might look at that and say, this guy is just stringing me along, buying himself another few days,
Right.
and it
But-
doesn't plan to pay me.
But
So
you-
you deposit the check, and then you get charged a bounce fee, right?
Yes.
You communicate with him, and what does he tell you?
He told me he made a mistake. This account was closed close to 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Close to
Why
3
do
years.
you have a checkbook? How disorganized are you that you would have a checkbook from an account closed 3 years ago?
it was in all boxes of stuff. It was all records of everything that I had.
That's not a record. They're garbage. When you close the account, those should be in the garbage.
They're garbage now, Your Honor.
No, they were garbage when you wrote it to him. But anyway, so he alerts you that you've bounced the check, and what happens?
Okay, I tell him that I'm going to make good on the $12, all right, for...
What, the $12 the bounce check fee?
Yes.
How about the $400? Because I think that's
Okay.
kind of what the guy wants.
Right, but he hadn't done anything, Your Honor. There was no flyers out.
Dude, look at me in the eye.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretend you respect my intelligence and tell me what the truth is.
I do respect your intelligence.
The
Your
loan
Honor.
hadn't come in yet, you didn't have the money, you didn't want to go through with it.
No, I did want to go through with it.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So what's more effective in a smallish town? Advertising on a menu or advertising on the internet? What do you think?
It'd be advertising on a menu.
Why?
Because you want to get a specific audience that is local, not a worldwide audience.
And it's in your face when you're looking at the menu.
Correct.
Okay, we'll go to a younger person. What do you think?
Definitely the internet. Everyone's on there.
And even in people in that town are going to look for what they want to look for just to find out. Okay, who's the tiebreaker here? Who wants to be the tiebreaker? What do you think?
I say the internet.
Why?
Because it'll reach a lot more people.
Because it might reach people outside that little town. Going inside the courtroom.
When I found out that he put the other cleaners ad in
When
there...
did you put the other cleaners ad in there?
When he said he was no longer in the program,
Yeah.
refused to make good on the check.
When you sent him an email saying, you're harassing me, so we're just kind of done. I don't think I want to do business with you. I'm going to focus on the internet. Of course, all that we know is before you actually got the loan that you were waiting for to pay. All right, hand that over. What evidence do you have of when that was manufactured? Is there a date on there?
I just went to go check to see what ad
How
was in.
recently did you go check?
Okay, that was probably about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. When did he send you that email saying, forget it? Ha ha ha, I'm indignant.
I want to get you the exact date. I want to be positive.
September 1st, Your Honor.
Yes. Telling me that he had 3 to 10 days to legally cancel the agreement, which I was told is not true on a business agreement.
Yeah, that's a home improvement, and different states have different. All right, $400 you're suing for on the bad check. $120, the cost of 2 graphics at $60 each. If everything had gone well, that would have been included in the $400. So why would you get both?
I didn't get to 400.
No. But you're asking me to order him to pay you both the 400 plus an additional 120. So the thing should be better now that he breached the contract than if he had not breached the contract.
Take that off then.
Of course I am,
Okay.
but you understand why,
Yes, I
right?
do.
Because the
I do.
concept behind court is making you whole,
I
not giving you a bonanza that someone has breached.
Fine.
All right, legal fee $350. What's that?
The lawyer I consulted, I paid him $350.
And what did he say? Why don't you just go to small claims court for $400?
I did that afterwards. I went to the police department, and they told me to go
But we'll
see
get to
the-
that. You want
Okay.
$2,400 for spending time to sue him. Time spent attempting to collect money, traveling to and from the Bronx, time from other work for 12 hours at $200 an hour.
Yeah.
Really? You make $200 an hour?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think you do.
Oh, I do. Oh. Well,
I don't think you do, because a man who makes $200 an hour does not waste 12 hours to collect $400.
It was principle, okay?
Okay, gentlemen. Welcome to my world, ladies and gentlemen, because small claims is never about the money. It's about the principle. Okie dokie, folks. You don't get time spent because you're angry. You don't get the legal fee. What you do get is that $400 and you don't get 120, so that you're better off than if he hadn't breached the contract. What you do get is that $400. You already got, he did pay you $12 for the bounce check fee, right? You get the $400 plus your court costs, plus prejudgment interest since the day that he gave you the bad check, okay? That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Okay, come on over here. Here comes the defendant first out of the courtroom after your case sort of went flat out there. What's your reaction? What case?
Pay attention to what you sign when you're dealing with salesmen.
Mm-hmm. And don't insult the judge's intelligence.
I wasn't trying to do that. I know she's an intelligent woman.
Yeah, well, you signed the contract, and you bounced the check. So how are you supposed to look good in this case?
I guess I don't come out looking too good.
All right, okay, head right down around the corner there. No, step on in. You satisfied how this comes out? Step in.
Well, he did something illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, and I spent a lot of time, chasing him, finding out, everything that happened. I met with a former business partner of him.
What about his claim that you put his competitor's ad right on the same flyer with his?
The competitor wasn't an issue until he, gave me the bad check and said he was not going to be in the program.
He never mentioned that to you at any point while you guys were talking?
No, I was told not to run his ad based on his bouncing the check and refusing to make good on it.
All right, Harvey, what do you got?
Okay, the judge mentioned a 3-day cooling off period. Just so you know, that almost always applies only if the business person comes to your door and solicits you to buy something. But if it's not door to door, generally it doesn't apply. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. Whether you're packing for a vacation or dressing for a wedding, Nordstrom has head-to-toe looks for wherever summer takes you. From swimwear and bold color to romantic florals and dresses that make an entrance, find the right style for every unforgettable moment. Shop new arrivals from brands you love like Farm Rio, Free People, Vince, Waif, and Stod. Plus free shipping and returns and styling help whenever you need it make it all so easy. Shop now in stores at Nordstrom.com or download the Nordstrom app.
This episode is brought to you by Subaru. Go further in a long-range Subaru hybrid with up to 581 miles per tank in the Forester hybrid. Longer range, better fuel efficiency, and legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. The Subaru Forester Hybrid. Visit Subaru.com/hybrid to learn more. Maximum range based on EPA estimated combined fuel economy and a full tank of fuel. Actual mileage and range may vary.
This is the plaintiff, Sarah Welton. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant, and their relationship lasted for only 6 months. Now she's having a heck of a time getting the woman to return the balance of her security deposit. She never damaged anything, and being a landlord herself, she knows how to care for property and knows what the defendant's doing is not only unfair, it's unlawful. She's suing for $800, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Felicia Laird. She says she was in shock when she saw the condition of the apartment after the plaintiff vacated. It was filthy dirty, with a sticky goo on everything she touched. She had to clean everything on her hands and knees, and if the plaintiff thinks she's her maid and works for free, she's sorely mistaken. She's accused of keeping the money.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Sarah Welton?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing your former landlord or roommate, as the case may be, Felicia Laird, for $800, the balance of a security deposit that you say she is wrongfully withholding.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's going on?
I rented an apartment from Miss Laird last year, July, and stayed for 6 months. I moved out the end of January.
And how long were you supposed to stay?
6 months.
Okay.
I moved in because I was going to school at Columbia, and so, and I spent most of my time there. And, honestly, I didn't even cook there, slept and studied, and moved out. And
Why did you cook there?
Nobody in New York cooks.
Nobody in New York cooks?
Nobody in New York cooks.
Okay.
The
Life of a
college-
student.
I was going
Okay.
to say, the student's diet
Geez, boil
consists
some
of-
water, have something homemade, honey. All right.
Don't tell my mother.
Yeah, no, is that your mother?
No. This
No,
is
who's
my
that?
aunt. Don't tell my aunt.
Don't tell your aunt. Okay, so what happened, though? Did you have a good relationship with her during those 6 months?
Honestly, I laid eyes on Felicia twice. She was my roommate, but
Quote, unquote. Now, do you have an actual email that codifies the agreement between you
Yes,
guys?
ma'am.
Let me see it.
Yes,
Okay, where were you living during this time?
I was down south helping my family, mostly my mom in Mississippi.
Okay, how often did you come back?
Whilst the plaintiff was there, I was not there more than a month at 2 different visits.
All right, so in those 30 days, did you note any damage that she was creating to your place?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you tell her about it?
Yes, at 4 months, my first visit was at 4 months. That's when I gave her a notice that I was not extending the contract. And I stated in there that the condition of the apartment was not the way she had rented it.
Okay, how did you convey that notice?
In a letter.
Okay, do you have proof of mailing?
I have the letter here.
Okay, can I see the letter? Did you get a letter from her?
She wrote a note and left it on the kitchen counter, and it said, I believe, to the effect that it wasn't. She didn't believe the apartment was clean.
Okay.
My mom was actually visiting at the time, and I said to her, what do you think? She said, Sarah, I would tell you if I thought the apartment was dirty, and I don't think the apartment was dirty. And Ms. Laird certainly didn't mention any damages.
Okay. Sarah, it is quite evident that you are unhappy in my apartment. You have complained about smoking in the building, which is out of my control, the size of my small apartment, and the fact that I am here as agreed upon in the lease. Your phone call on Monday, which you stated I needed to stay in a hotel or with a friend, was completely out of control. I lowered the rent by $100 to help you out. I ask that you take care of my apartment and maintain the same level of cleanliness and order as when you moved in, which you have not. So as of January 31st, this roommate lease is terminated. I need in text or email your move-out date so that I can pick up the keys. And then you say to her, okay, thanks for the heads up. Please let me know if I need to do anything prior to 1/31, or I will assume that my $1,000 deposit will be returned in full. So she gave you a $1,000 security deposit, right?
Correct.
Tell me what it is that you notice is damage that would authorize you to keep $800. Do you have pictures?
Oh, yes, ma'am. These are pictures of when she moved out.
What is this a picture of?
The floor in the bathroom.
This is disgusting. This is not just, it wouldn't take your mother to say that that's disgusting. I mean, whether it's $800 disgusting is different.
I must show you some.
Show it to your aunt. I would hardly call that spotless, babe. Ah, did you have a pet?
No.
What is all this, though? What is all this black hair? It can't be yours.
I have no idea, honestly.
I have short hair.
Just a second.
I don't know. I don't have a pet.
What is it? Where is this picture taken?
That's on the floor. It was hair everywhere.
Yeah, but where? What floor? The kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom? What was it?
That one was in the den.
Okay, sweetheart, take a look at these. What, is she sabotaging the place, or is this how you left it? What is this? This is the damage to the refrigerator door?
And then there's a dent on the other picture, and then there were some dents on this, like a knee on the middle of the refrigerator.
What is this?
That is the refrigerator, in the refrigerator.
Okay, that's something that spilled that needed to be cleaned up.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay.
And she did cook.
I don't know how.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at that. If the oven was turned into you that way, I mean, the stovetop was turned into you that way, you would never have accepted it. It's filthy. So I'm not sure what you're saying. I mean, I'm still not sure it's $800 worth. I'm just telling you that this is not spotless. What's this?
I will say.
That's when I came back in January, about a week before she was to move out. I couldn't get to my computer, my couch, or my end table.
Okay, but she didn't leave this stuff behind.
No, this was stuff she moved in that goes to her new apartment.
Right.
I will say in the...
And this is a picture of how it got to you. What are you going to say about how incredibly disgusting that is? Tell me.
Those pictures had to have been taken after I before I moved all my stuff out and before I came back to clean. Because I did come back to clean. After all of my stuff was out, after the apartment was completely vacated, I came back and scrubbed the floor, cleaned the bathroom.
Did you take pictures after you cleaned it?
No.
Do you have a phone?
Yeah.
Does your phone take pictures? Do you take pictures like my children do of every stupid thing that goes by you to put on
No.
Instagram,
In fact, I
all right,
just-
or Facebook, every little stupid insignificant thing, but don't take pictures when you know this person's giving you trouble about your security deposit.
I just got my first smartphone, so no, I don't take pictures of everything.
No, but you're paying for Columbia, but you can't pay for a camera or a
Pretty much,
smartphone?
it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Notice to all landlords and tenants, you take pictures before and you take pictures after. And if you're really good, you have people sign them.
Your Honor.
Just a moment. Give me your itemized list of what you're withholding and why.
And here, these are the receipts.
You are withholding $400 for deep cleaning of the entire apartment, including the refrigerator.
Correct.
Okay. You are withholding $35 for damage to the refrigerator. And water damage to the bathroom cabinet. Show me the proof of the water damage to the bathroom. Is that in the pictures you gave me earlier?
You can see the water damage line on the side of the cabinet, and it's coming apart.
Was there a leak in the bathroom?
No. When I first moved in, Ms. Laird left me a laundry list of things to sort of be aware of in the apartment. The toilet, if you don't close the cover, water flies everywhere. And that her shower tends to leak, and that the people above her shower tends to leak.
Can I see that?
And there were spots. I don't have the note. No, I don't have the note.
Did you leave her such a note?
So if a tenant damages an apartment during the lease, can the landlord throw them out, or do you have to wait till the end of the lease?
You definitely have to wait till the end of the lease.
Even if the landlord sees the tenants trashing the apartment?
It's questionable to me.
I'm going to go way in the back. What do you think?
I think it depends on the situation, how much the damage has been occurred.
It's a lot of damage.
Throw them out.
Can you throw them out?
Depends on the law. If the law says you can, then you can. If the law
But there is a lease. That's the problem. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you leave her a note that said when you flush a toilet, the water goes everywhere?
To shut the lid, correct.
Right. And did you leave her a note that the above stairs apartment sometimes leaks down?
No.
There were water stains on the ceiling, and I guess my point is that I was very diligent about laying down 2 or 3 towels every time I took a shower. You know, I actually moved the shower curtain.
Okay, so you have pictures of the whole, you're withholding $290 for patching holes and painting walls. Can I see that?
And that's the supplies of,
No, pictures. I need pictures of the holes that were patched and pictures of why it needed painting. Because I'll make her pay for what she damaged, but where are the pictures of the holes or something she did to the paint job that would require her to have to pay for it?
Okay,
You don't have that?
No,
Oh,
I
you
do
have that.
I do
okay.
have a couple
Here, I'll
pictures.
hand them all back.
Judge.
Hold on.
That's that's in one of the rooms.
You're talking about this circle?
That the sheetrock was pulled off the wall. This was where the tub needed to be snaked. You can see that it didn't drain. And this was dirt on the walls.
How big is this apartment?
It's about 700 square foot, I guess. I have the measurements of the room. I don't know.
Why would it be $400 to clean a 700 square foot apartment? Even as disgusting as this is, and she shouldn't have left it that way, how much can you legitimately claim to clean it? What is this a picture of? It looks like mold.
You said it was dirt on the wall?
That's
that's
yeah. That's
mold.
how. That's footprints on the walls where she had her
Go,
computer.
girl. Why are there footprints on the wall?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't know. Okay, I got to tell you something. This is going to live in infamy. This is disgusting. Why do you keep saying that like, oh, I'm so immaculately
Well,
clean?
no, I mean,
You can understand, okay, being a Columbia student, okay, that a judge might be just a little bit skeptical of that if you didn't bother to take pictures of such a thing.
I didn't take pictures, and that is
Right, and you know,
my
yeah, that is
fault.
bad because it's sort of ironic that somebody who's never around there would get a chance to take these pictures and then use them against you if you actually left it clean. She would see that you actually came back and cleaned it. This is gross, all right? Stop, I'm done. And this is how you got it. All right, guys. The total amount of the deposit was $1,000, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
you
I had
agree
one
with
more bill.
$94 being deducted, which was for the Con Edison
Yes,
bill
ma'am.
that came in after you left. All right. I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm going to make a reasonable decision guesstimate of what I think that should cost. Certainly, she pays for the Con Ed bill. She's not even contesting that. And given the filth of the apartment, I am going to award you more than what I would normally award for the cleaning of an apartment, and that's $250. That means that what you need to return to her is a check for $656. That is my verdict.
So the plaintiff does collect not everything she sued for. Step in here, the defendant. What's your reaction to the judge's ruling here?
Well, I'll never rent to someone over the phone. I'll have to interview them first.
All right, well, that's
Lesson learned.
That's a good idea. She claims she cleaned that place and left it in clean condition. The pictures you showed were filthy dirty. How did it get so dirty after she cleaned it?
That is the condition it was when she left.
All right,
Thank
just
you.
head right down this way. No more renting over the phone by her, she said. All right, so come on in here. You satisfied with what you got out of this?
It's over. I'm happy.
Was it embarrassing to look at those pictures in there?
I cleaned it after I left. It's okay.
That's the way it was before you cleaned it, though, right?
Right.
It's kind of a tough conditions to live in.
I don't know. I guess that's why you hire cleaning agents.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, that extremely tall gentleman in the back actually has the point. It does depend on what the lease says, but even if the lease says the tenant's allowed to stay, and it firmly says that, sometimes judges apply good faith to these contracts, and good faith means you cannot extremely trash the apartment, and if you do, there might be a case for throwing the tenant out. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, George Sanchez. He says he purchased a used door for his 2000 Chevy Suburban at the defendant's junkyard, and the guy sold him one that didn't fit. In fact, it was an inch shorter and didn't come close to being right. The defendant's now claiming he doesn't give refunds. He's been royally ripped off and is suing the junkyard dog for the $200 he gave him.
So you're saying with Hilton Honors, I can use points for a free night stay anywhere?
Anywhere.
What about fancy places like the Canopy in Paris?
Yeah, Hilton Honors, baby.
Or relaxing sanctuaries like the Conrad in Tulum?
Hilton Honors, baby.
Ooh, what about the 5-star Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives?
Are you gonna do this for all 9,000 properties?
When you want points that can take you anywhere, anytime, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
This is the defendant, Nick Bello, owner of Cheapy Auto Parts. He says he sold the plaintiff a perfectly good door, the right size, and it was completely fine. Problem is, the truck was hit on the side of the body. It's twisted and has to be straightened out for any door to fit the right way. He tried explaining that to the hothead, but he couldn't seem to get through to him. He's accused of not fitting in.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're
George
welcome,
Sanchez, you are suing Cheapy Auto Parts Incorporated, represented here by Mr. Bello, for $200, the amount that you paid for a door that it turns out you can't use, correct? Yeah. All right, what happened?
Well, I went to the junkyard and I bought several parts for this van that I purchased somewhere else. So I don't really need the van to drive around. I just wanted to store stuff, but I like to
You wanted to use the van as a shed?
To store stuff.
Yeah, as a shed,
yeah.
like it's,
okay.
Okay, so you're just gonna park it and put stuff in it.
Yeah, I like things to look neat. The door a little banged up. I said, I might as well just change the door, you know. I went to the junkyard, buy several parts. I spent like $600 with him. But that door, it looks like it could fit, but it can't fit.
How did you pick it?
Him pick it out. He's who tell me.
You told him what kind of car it was, and he
Yes.
picked it out.
I had the van with me. I drive the van running.
Okay.
He said, he have the door and blah, blah, blah. So when the door come to me, they cut the door out.
Cut it off or detached it?
Those hinges on that specific vehicle, they're welded to the body. So instead of trying to take out the pins, which takes a lot more time, we cut it off the body because the body's gonna go to the junk anyway.
Oh, I see. You don't care about, you mean you cut it out of the body?
I don't care about the body.
So there's some extra body attached
Yes.
to it. I got it.
It saves time.
All right, so go on.
So I take it over to my friend. He say, oh, no, don't worry. Just heat it up and take it off. So when we put the door on, the door went on fine, but it doesn't close complete because it like just an inch, maybe half, so it doesn't close flush.
Do you have a picture of what you're talking about?
Yes. This is my original door. All these is the original. Where I burn it off, to get my door off, and I put him
Just a
on.
second. I mean a picture of how the door doesn't fit.
Oh no, I didn't have that picture because I take it off and went back to the junkyard. It's $200.
Okay, and what did he do for you when you returned it?
He say, he can't give me back my money. He give me
Store credit, a
store
credit.
credit. And that's a big racket they have.
A racket?
Yes.
Well, but you took the store credit.
I have to because we're getting into an argument and I don't want it to go there. So I didn't have nothing to prove that I buy the door. So I take the credit so I have something concrete that I can
Okay,
fight
how are
with.
you going to prove that the door didn't fit?
Well,
What about an affidavit from the guy who put it on, who says it didn't fit? Did you bring anything from him?
yeah, I have the receipt here where I went.
Does it say anything about, just a second, I've been doing this without you my entire life.
Sorry.
Do you have an affidavit
No,
from him?
I don't, no.
Does that receipt state that the door didn't fit?
It only states that he put it and remove it and the door,
Okay, let me see. And the door, you know what? That's the part that's...
the door doesn't work.
It says that.
No, it doesn't say that.
Oh, okay. Ignition cap, one rotor, labor, and hanger. It does not say a single thing you said it said. Okay, but it doesn't say, I put it on, I took it off, it didn't fit. It doesn't even say that. You don't have the witness. This nice lady's moral support, or is she a witness?
No.
Okay, so he comes to you and he says what? Door doesn't fit.
Originally he came to me, he goes...
Where's the original paperwork from the transaction?
He has it,
Why don't you have it?
because I forgot it in the
How are you
office.
going to pay the tax man? You do write out paperwork, right? Did you pay cash?
course.
Cash.
Yeah.
So I had to stay quiet.
Show me what he gave you. All right, so he comes to you and he says what? Door doesn't fit?
He comes in, he needs several parts for the car. I said, all right. I send one of the employees with him to the vehicle. I said, tell me what you want. He comes back, I need one door and the front bumper. I said, all right. Here's the bumper for the other door. Here's the second door that you want. Takes all the parts, he's very happy. Then he comes back a couple of days later, he goes to me, the door doesn't fit. I said, sir, the door came from the exact same vehicle as yours. The problem is your car was hit on that side. Both his doors are pushed in. I said, if you pull out the bottom post of the door, it'll fit.
How did that even happen?
That is my friend trying to heat it up to take off the door because...
But why was that even necessary to replace the door? Because what had happened to it?
It hit.
It got hit.
It got hit.
Okay. All right, so go on.
So he comes in, he goes, oh, it's a different door. The door doesn't line up. I said, of course it doesn't line up. Your car's hit. It's not just like taking the door and throwing it on. You got to do some body work to pull out the body. No, you're cheating me, whatever. I said, listen, I don't want you to lose out. You need a different part. Or for the same car, you need something else, I'd be more than happy to give it to you. He goes, I'm throwing away the car. The motor's no good. I don't want nothing. Labor costs money. Everything costs money. I said, you know what? That way you don't lose completely. I'll give you merchandise credit. You need something else. He starts screaming. He goes, okay, give me credit.
Bottom line is he came to you within 30 days, right? He came to you a couple of days.
Yes.
And he told you, I want a refund. And you said you can only get a credit. And that's what you get.
On the invoice it states that.
All right, well, then I need to see the invoice. Because the default position in your state is you have to give a cash credit unless you conspicuously post and note your policy. So he is not going to put in evidence for you. So if you have original paperwork, and you weren't just taking cash that you don't plan to report, if you have original paperwork that shows that you gave to him, that shows your policy, that would be perfect. That's what I need.
I forgot it in the office.
Good. Well, then I'm going to give you a 10-minute recess for you to get the invoice. Okay? Does that work?
Okay. I'll try to call my guys. They got to dig through the pile.
Is there any other way you can think of that you can prove that that's your policy and that he knew it?
We have one kind of invoice.
It's only the invoice that lets people know.
That's it.
Okay, so you don't have signs posted that say
Oh, there is signs over there. Oh, there are signs on the wall. You asked
What's
for
wrong
written.
with you? Are you really running this joint?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm sitting here asking you the question, seven
Yes.
different
Oh.
ways to heaven. Is there any other way a customer would be
There's big
That's it,
signs
the
on the
invoice.
wall.
Then I ask about signs and they say, okay, fine.
Yes,
Here's
there's
what you're
signs.
going to need to, in those same 10 minutes, find somebody to text you or email you a photo that's back off, not close, so that I know that this is not something that you're creating now. All right?
No problem.
And it better not be paper. Okay.
All right.
And give him just 10 minutes.
So are junkyards less reputable than, say, a body shop that sells parts?
Not necessarily.
I think it just depends on what you're looking for.
There's this whole image of junkyards, you bury bodies there. Do you think they're less reputable? What do you think?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I don't know much about either, but I wouldn't think so.
Last word.
I agree with him.
Fair enough. You know what? And I agree with you guys. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay. So what we did was we had a witness with him the whole time, just to make sure he didn't concoct it. So did you take any pictures? If you have them on your phone, it's just faster.
You familiar with these?
What is it? Nope. Is this an iPhone?
Yeah.
No cash refounds on electric parts?
I didn't write that. I did not write that,
No
Your
cash
Honor.
refounds on all electrical parts, all sales final, no refunds or exchanges on special order parts, no exceptions. Okay, that's the counter. Let me hear what you have to say about that.
He said this is on the counter.
Yeah, that was on the corner.
That's his place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the way it rolls then. If that's at his place, then you are deemed to be on notice that that's his policy. When you say that it's a scam, you're just kind of sick of people telling you this, that you can't get a cash refund?
Look, I have here from 2008. I buy a battery by the junkyard. It wasn't no good. $20 I pay for the battery. I don't get my money up to now because up to now I don't need a battery. I don't need anything. I buy a light for my 86 BMW for $30. They sell me the wrong one.
Okay, but they is not him, right? You're just telling me
all
in
of them
general.
is
They're
general.
all- okay. See, here's the thing. I can't look at him and say, you thief, you, for that policy. If when you buy it, you know that's the deal. Don't go there if you don't want to patronize them, or try to use your store credits. I probably have a fortune in store credits sitting in my, I know what you mean, but that's just the way it is. That's commerce, okay? I find in favor of the defendant. That's my verdict.
Well, the plaintiff loses, but he's just tired of not being able to get your money back when these things are not what you need. Here, right next to me. So what do you think of the judge's verdict? You saw those signs were all over his place of business.
Yeah, but when you're going to buy something, you're really not paying attention to all these signs them up, you know. So
That's probably true in many cases, but it's kind of a lesson to all of us to read the signs that are posted.
it is.
You know?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for a door now?
I don't need a door. I'm just going to forget about the whole thing.
All right, okay. All right, down this way, okay? So we can store without the door. All right, so come on in here. You got the evidence?
Yes.
Why didn't you
finally.
bring it in before you even came in?
I forgot in the office.
Forgot.
I was rushed over here, but thank God for the iPhone. I got it quick here.
Yeah, okay. So you going to change your policy? You're going to stick with this policy?
I'm gonna
You're
stick with
gonna
policy.
give the
The
guy
problem
money
is
back?
people buy parts and they don't even know what they're buying. They come, try to save a couple of dollars, and then it's costing them more.
Over to Harvey.
You know, you can always force a refund if you write in the contract that you are entitled to one if the part doesn't work. This is all negotiable. These are no refund policies. You can always write it in if the other person agrees, and you can change the deal based on what's written down.
This Father's Day, when you ship UPS Air at the UPS store, your items arrive on time or your money back, guaranteed at no extra cost. It's like the father of all shipping services. It shows up to the airport way too early, just to play it safe. It's overprotective about all the things that truly matter, and it's always prompt, especially to be with family. Make it your first choice to celebrate your dad. Ship UPS Air with our money-back guarantee, exclusively at the UPS Store U.S. retail locations. Visit the upsstore.com/airshipping for full details. Terms and conditions apply.